Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We've got Madison here today because we've received a lot of questions about how we're going to do homeschooling and teaching the kids on the road. So we thought we'd share with you some of the questions that we've got and have Madison along, who's been going to K-12 this year, so we could kind of get a feel of how things work for having a kid at home doing school.
So we've received a few emails from you guys, and I just wanted to share that with you so we can hopefully answer some of these questions. The first email I've received, it says, "Hi Blake and Michelle, my name is Emily. I came across your channel not too long ago. I think it is great that you and your family are taking on this new adventure. This sounds to be so thrilling. My questions for you are more about homeschool experience your daughter has had with online public school so far." So Maddie, the first question that she asks is, how do you like it?
I like it a lot better than public school. Yeah.
Great. So another question that Emily asked is, what are the classes like and how are the teachers?
The teachers are all very kind and understanding, and then the classes, we just have basic classes, math, science, PE, music, but I had the option of music or Spanish, and I chose music, and
Language arts. They had art and some other languages too that you could choose from. I think, wasn't there like German or something?
Yeah, but yeah. And then yeah, we have some stride classes, but it's like for extra help and stuff, but
yeah,
it's required.
So it's kind of the first 4 days are all classes, and then on Fridays is their stride day, where all the kids go and they get extra, different program type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, can you kind of go in, because your next question says, what is the class schedule like? So can you tell her kind of what you do on a daily basis?
So for public school, I would have woke up at like 6 o'clock, but now I wake up at 7:45. I go downstairs, grab the computer, get back on at 8 for my class connect. Usually arrive 10 minutes early, just in case if she gives instructions beforehand.
Why don't you explain what a class connect is too?
Oh, yeah. The class connect is kind of like, it will explain what you're gonna do for the day. Not all classes have it every day, just a few, and yeah. So usually they'll tell you what you're doing, they'll explain the lesson, and then they'll have you do the lesson in the...
It's kind of like your classroom.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of go to class and the teacher teaches you for that half hour.
Yeah.
And then whatever you don't get done, you do on your own.
Yeah.
Perfect. The last one is, does your daughter miss being in a public school setting?
No, not really. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of drama, and drama's not fun. So yeah.
So you wanted to, one of her big things is getting away from that drama she had with school. She was dealing with a lot of, let's say bullying, just a lot of girl gossip, and yeah, I won't go into details. So one of her biggest things was to stay home and get away from all that, and she seems to be doing a lot better.
And the timing worked out great because we're planning this new lifestyle and we didn't know how to handle schooling, so we thought, okay, let's sign her up, see what K-12 is all about, because we've heard it on the radio or TV, multiple times, and figured we could see if it would work for us on the road. And I'll get to that here in a little bit. We've got a couple more questions though.
So on to the next email received. It says, "Hello Freeman family. I was wondering what your daughter thinks about being homeschooled so far. It was mentioned in your last Q&A's video, a little bit of her experience so far, but was wondering if you could give a little update since the first quarter is almost over."
Yeah, there's been a few rough moments where things have gone wrong, like my assignments showed a blank or something, but then, yeah, we fixed that problem. Yeah.
I think another thing we should mention for school too is that the schedule is a lot different. She has 4-hour days versus like a 7-hour school day.
Well, it's supposed to be longer, but if you can get the work done, then you're done.
Yeah.
So if you focus really hard and work hard for the first 4 or 5 hours, you get it done, and then you have the rest of the day free. Unless you have a class connect later in the afternoon, but then you come back for that. But I think it's you know, as long as your child is self-motivated, which she is, the boys not so much, it works really well. You know, they got to be self-disciplined and know that what they need to do each day, and they have to get it done.
So, and also I think, can you kind of describe, well, I guess I can describe, I think the setting of online school is a lot like college online classes. It's really similar to what I went through, so it could be an overwhelming experience just to let you know at first, but she caught on really fast and
Yeah.
And
able to do it.
And they say that, you know, if it's a young child, that the coach, learning coach is what they call the parent or the guardian that helps the child. You know, they're very interactive through elementary school, almost sitting with the child on a daily basis for the whole day. In middle school, it gets down to maybe a half hour a day, an hour that we're helping her out, making sure she's staying on course. And then as they say for high school, it's really very minimal contact with the parent. The child should be able to just kind of do it all themselves.
Yep. So we got one more email to go over, and it says this. Hello, it's so cool that you guys are going to be out traveling with your family. I wish I could do this with my family. I have 3 kids, also a little bit younger in age, but I'm very eager to know what you will be doing with them in school, or school-wise, while you're out traveling. Ideas, thoughts, concerns. Big thanks, and look forward to seeing your family's adventures.
And I think that part of the reason why we signed Madison up for K-12 this year is so we could kind of have an idea of what homeschooling was like I said before. I think the first thing for us, we realized that it's not going to work for living on the road. Every day she needs internet access. You need to do your class connects every day, whether you watch them live or a recorded version later in the day. You can do that at K-12, but you need to stay daily on track. So after about the first month, I kind of realized that this was not going to work for us if we're out boondocking or somewhere like that. We may not have internet access. So we started to do some research on what other options there were. So I started to do research for different ideas for homeschooling, or what we have now termed as road schooling. And there's actually some road schooling websites out there. The problem with a lot of them is that they also require internet access. You know, 10 years ago, there was not this plethora of internet access, and you could get your textbooks sent to you and the parent would teach them, and they had some of this, but a lot of them have turned the corner and, you know, are now doing homeschooling via online. So there are some places where you can buy the textbooks for the year that I found. You know, it's a couple $100, $400 so dollars, and they send you the textbooks for the year, and you know, the student is responsible for reading over them, and then you can buy an extra package for parents to kind of have an idea what to teach them from the textbook. And I think, you know, that offers us some of the freedom, but I'm not sure exactly how much we're going to want to sit down there and go through the textbooks, because the purpose is teaching them the road. Yep, through living on the road. Like I said and before, you know, if you're by the Grand Canyon, you learn about the Grand Canyon, and then you go see the Grand Canyon. And I came across this website. It's called Time for Life, and they're the ones that when you Google road schooling, first thing that comes up. And you still do need internet access for this, but to me, from what the research I've done, you don't need it on a daily basis. You get the materials sent to you, fees like $30 per student for the month, and they send you all of the lesson plans and all that kind of stuff, and then you can break them up for where you're at. And one of the things they say on this flyer I printed out is, you know, if you're going to a pizzeria, you know, the pizza turns into math, because you can explain to them, okay, so here's a whole pie, and you cut it into 8 pieces, you know, then you've got 8 eighths, and that type of thing. So it teaches, you know, the parents how to teach the kids, and yes, they're older than that now, and know that kind of stuff, but that type of thing. You can do history for a month and then do math for a month and, get that kind of stuff out of the way. And I think that's kind of what we're aiming for is, more freedom to kind of pick and choose. So
what do you think about that?
you don't have to sit
Does this sound cool?
through every class every day. And
Yeah. Granted, we don't have little ones, but I think through a lot of exploring and just experiences, they'll learn and grow so much more.
yeah, and each state has their own laws about homeschooling. Minnesota is kind of simpler. It just says that, one of the teachers needs to be a parent, which we will be. And then it says, you got to teach the 4 main subjects. That's the basic of it. There's a little more to it, with testing and that kind of stuff. But as long as we teach them the 4 main subjects at about their grade level, and they can pass the state standard test, well, we can do that. So that's kind of what we're excited about is, maybe taking a little bit of this, taking a little bit of that, making our own, information in our own school to give to them.
Yeah, there's so much information out there. We've been researching it for a little bit, and there's so many different ways that people are doing this. So, check them out.
Yeah, there's a lot of information out there. Some of them are like Abeka Books, Alpha Omega, American Academy, Khan Academy, Keystone National High School. Those are just to name a few. Just go out there and search and see what you come up with. And one of the things that I really like about Time for Life is that through their program, you can they can keep all your information. They keep all the records and all the test scores and the lesson plans, and everything is through an automated system through them, a grading system, so that we don't have to worry about taking books and keeping track of all the records and whatnot. And if she gets an F on a test and an A on the next, they'll figure that out for us. We don't need to figure out that she got a C, or D, or whatever you decide to get.
Yeah, I think they are getting older, and Mason's, he's been checking into college and stuff, but we had mentioned on our website at tincanville.com that, he's interested in military, so we're going to be searching for options, whether they still want to continue and go to college or, other options. We're not quite sure where we're headed yet, but we've kept that we're going to keep that in mind.
Yep.
We're just sure they get where they need to go.
Giving them 2 different lifestyles. They've seen this lifestyle, and now they can learn a new one, and whatever they want to do when they get older, they can do that.
So I just wanted to give you guys a little recap about the homeschooling experience, the pros and cons. I think there's a lot of pros to it as it's flexible. We have more time for appointments, to go out and run some errands if need be, scheduling. Not dealing with the drama at school and Maddie coming home upset every day is definitely a pro. We also can do schooling anywhere as long as we have internet access. So say if we wanted to go out of town, we don't have to worry about, we can just set our own schedule. And I also mentioned the 4 hours if she gets everything done versus an 8-hour school day. Some of the cons would be, I think you have the same routine every day, whether it's get up and then you gotta sit and read and do all your homework and just sit there in the same room or wherever you may be. I think it's a little...
That has been one of the cons is that, since you don't have a teacher reading you the textbook, the student is responsible for all that reading. And, if the 30-minute class connect doesn't cover it, you got to go through the slideshow and read, you got to go through the textbook and read, and she's responsible for that by herself. So there is a lot more reading independent work that the kid has to do. So yeah, as Michelle just said, the pros and cons aren't the K-12 isn't gonna work for us on the road, and we're excited about the road school that we told you about. And I think even Brady, who has joined us here from Outside Plan, is excited for getting taught from mom and dad, right? It'll be a different, interesting experience, but I think for the most part, we're all really excited for road schooling and teaching our kids through experiences and not so much just the textbooks. So Thanks for watching. Make sure you
Let Maddie get this down.
yeah, I'm not good at this part, but thanks for watching. It's if you have any more questions, comments, anything, reach out to us like the people that we read off here today, and we'll try to answer your questions. So
Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we post.
perfect.
Bye.
Bye.
Every day, so. Hey, Hammy. This is Hammy.
How are you?
How do you feel about not interacting? Are you doing it?
You are.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Tin Canville. What? What?
It's gonna take forever.
No, it's not. Okay.
This is an email.
Right there too.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Tonight we are coming to you from our kitchen.
Coming to you live.
For Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Like,